Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to film a flip through of my planner. This is a personal rings planner. I've been using this for most of the year, I think except for 2 months when I was experimenting with other things. But I've kind of realized that I always come back to this, and so I feel like this is really lived in. It's really, I have a good routine with it. So I wanted to show you how I have this set up and how I use it, and then obviously also do a flip through and show you all of the inserts and the different things that I use in here. Yeah, let's just get into it. So this is a Gillio Medium Compagna in the Toscana leather, and it is the, not the brown, sorry, the gold. When I first got this, I was a little bit skeptical about the back pocket and just the fact that this has just one popper and things like that. I'm very used to VDS and I always get like an extra popper on the cover. I never get a back pocket, but I actually have been really happy with this. It's kind of perfect, and ever since I got it, I haven't like even thought about switching. I'm just gonna do a little flip because when I was considering buying this, I was watching a lot of like unboxings and things to see kind of how this would look. So I'm definitely not a planner stuffer. So if you are a planner stuffer and you're wondering what this looks like, there are a lot of videos that you can find, but there are very few videos of non-planner stuffers who have a Gillio for some reason. So yeah, but this is kind of what it looks like. I typically don't like all of these different layers of leather, but it's relatively slim and it doesn't bother me. So let's get into the inside of the planner. I do have a pretty simple setup. I don't like to put too much decoration because I tend to just get really tired of it quickly, and then I just want something simple. So I've had this as my dashboard for a very long time, and it's just simple and I like it. So I'll probably do the same thing next year and just do a calendar as my cover. I'm just going to go through the pockets really quickly. In here I have a picture of my dog, who is adorable. And then I have some samples of stickers, and then back here I have some more stickers. These are some adorable star stickers. My mom found these in her, like, I don't know, in her old office stuff from years and years ago, and she gave it to me, which I was very happy about. I have my last sticky notes of the year. I actually am not sure if I can use these. I put washi tape on the back because throughout the year I've had these in a stack for the entire year. I don't know if I can take this off and actually use it. We'll see. This is actually a 2024 sheet from Thecoffeemonsterzco that I never used for last year, so I thought I would try to use it this year. I have these star stickers that I use for my yearly overview. I have one left for December. This was like a New Year's countdown sheet from Thecoffeemonsterzco, and then this is just leftovers from a sheet from Randi Plans. My birthday is in December, so I want to remember to use that cake sticker because it's really cute. So I just have that back there. And then in here I have more stickers. These ones I use for a couple different trackers. Those are just from Temu. I have a ton of them. These are just some like sticker release paper. I just put a bunch of stickers that I use often on here. These are actually bean samplers from Thecoffeemonsterzco. So I have all of these. They're really cute. And then these are just it's just cut down from the Travelers Company stickers, and I use them for my bingo. My bingo, yeah, I have like a planner bingo in here. And then in the back pocket, back here, I have this kit. This is actually for the Erin Condren. I was in the Erin Condren for a hot minute earlier this year, and of course, I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay in this forever. So then I bought like the rest of the year monthly kits from Thecoffeemonsterzco for the Erin Condor. This is the large kit. And yeah, but I thought, you know what, I can still use this. So I've been using these in my planner. I used the September, the October one, and then now I'm using this one. And yeah, as you can see, I have used quite a few of them. So I'm just keeping them back here. They fit kind of perfectly in the back there. And then on this side, I have a little Traveler's Company folder with even more stickers. These are all Randi dot plans. I love the mixed bright colorway. It's my favorite. So I have a bunch of stickers from her. I love these emoji ones too, or emotes, I guess they're called. I have some icons and then a couple other ones. So yeah. Also, by the way, this, I was not sure I would like this colorway for this folder, but I actually really like it, and the blue foil is really pretty. Okay, let's get into the actual planner now. This is just a pocket from Filofax, and I have the 2025 yearly overview from Peanuts Planner Co. I always have a little have a good day sticky note just as a reminder to myself. It can be a good day, you know. Also, I like the pink, the pop of pink on there. This I recently put on here. It says there's beauty in everything. You just have to look for it and reflect on it. For me, November is kind of a sad month. I have a hard time in November because it's just really dark out and the days are short and it's just like, ugh. So I'm trying to remind myself to think about, you know, even though it's gray out, it's still beautiful. It's beautiful if I look for the beauty, and if I think about it and reflect on it, I can find beauty even in that really gray and sad fall weather that we currently have. Okay, on the back of that, I have just some gingham that I printed, and then this Peanuts calendar is from Pinterest. I just thought it was adorable. It's way too small to actually be able to read this, but I really just have it so I can track, you know, I love tracking the months. It's just fun. And also it's really cute. These sticky notes are printables. This one is from Peanuts Planner Co. and this is from Plan with B. I really love these. I love just checking off as the days and months go by. For next year, I actually made my own version of both of these, which I'm excited to use. I love checking off the days as they go by and the weeks, just checking off the weeks here. It's just a nice visual that time is passing and we're getting through the months, especially now during the, like I said, during this more sad time. Then I have my inbox. This is just, I made this one. I don't have this one available as a freebie or anything because it's just very, very simple, and I just feel like there are so many other ones out there already. Also, by the way, I did go through and put little sticky notes over everything that is kind of private information because I do write a lot of names and locations in my planner. That's why I don't really share a ton about it. But for today, I decided to just go through and cover all of that stuff so that I could give you a good flip through of this planner. Also, before I go on, a lot of the inserts that I have, most of them are for Peanuts Planner Co., and then a lot of them I made myself. Some of them are available for free on my Patreon, so if you're interested in that, you can find my Patreon down below in the description. You just have to be a free member. Currently, I don't have any paid tiers. I might do paid tiers in the future, but for now, I have just free content on there. And I think even if I do a paid tier, I do still want to have a lot of good free content too. So if you're interested, you can find that in the description. Yeah, so first of all, the dividers are available as a freebie, except they don't have labels, they're just blank. I have them for a bunch of different sizes. Inbox is not available, but some other inserts in here will be. Okay, yearly section in here. First of all, I have a key for my future planning. This is from Plan With Me. It's also a printable sticky note. This is my yearly overview from Plan with B. I think this is just one of the best planner overview, or sorry, yearly overview designs. I don't know what it is. It's just good. We have 1 month left, guys. 1 month left. This is my future planning. Basically this is from Peanuts Planner Co. It's actually the fold out from the yearly bundle. It's one of the foldouts. I started off using the fold out earlier this year, but then I just found them really difficult to write on for some months, where I would have to write on top of the rings. And it's just, I don't know, I didn't like it. So I actually reprinted them just back to back like this, and I definitely prefer that. This is another one of those foldouts, and I've just been using these for highlights for each month and each quarter. And then this is also from Plan with B. It's the holidays. This is a freebie. I did go in and edit this one because I don't live in the United States, so I did remove a lot of the United States holidays and things and just added my own holidays and birthdays and things that apply more to me. And then I just kind of strike through anytime an event has passed. Okay, then we get into my monthly section. In here, I started using this, but I haven't used this one. I don't know. The whole when did I last thing just doesn't work for me. I'm just going to show you one monthly because I had way too much personal things on my monthlies. So I'm just going to show you the December one because it's pretty empty already. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually a different paper. This is much thicker. I printed these at work last year, probably in December or November last year. And then earlier this year, I actually got my own printer. So everything else in here is printed on the Gillio business paper, which I love. And then this is printed on really good, thick, pretty white paper. We have a really good printer at work, so the details are great. But first of all, I felt kind of bad printing so much at work because it's not supposed to be for, like, the work printer is not supposed to be for my personal planner, you know? And also it's just kind of a hassle to print at work. Anyway, the point is the paper is different. I didn't want to reprint all of the monthlies, so it is what it is. The way that I use these is basically just events and appointments, payday, holidays, anything like that. Nothing too interesting here. I do have a little Patreon content list down here. And yeah, I really like using those Randi.plans stickers. Again, been loving the bright Myliner, I think, color scheme. I don't remember. I don't think that's what it was called, but something like that. And yeah, just simple monthly. And then on the back, there is a 2026 dates. Well, it's a memo, but I use it for that so that I can plan ahead for next year. And onto my weekly section. This is what a typical week looks like. These are both from that October monthly kit, so I'm really happy I was able to use them. They do fit really well in here. Usually I don't do date covers for this. I usually just write the date with a pen, but I had these, so I decided to use them, and they actually matched quite well with this kit. So on this page, I basically just write down events and appointments. It's pretty much the same as what's on my monthly, but I also add, sometimes I add things after the fact. Like, for example, my mom sprained her ankle this day, and I had to, like, help her with first aid and all kinds of things. It was kind of crazy, but I wanted to remember that, so I wrote it down here. Yeah, it's really nothing too crazy here. Like, it's pretty simple. This insert is from Peanuts Planner Co. The original one does not have this walk and step tracker. Instead, it has a grid note section, but I just edited this insert so that I would fit my needs a little bit better. But I did use the original insert for a long time before I decided to change it. So it's a really good insert. I really would recommend this weekly. I have a weekly to-do list up here, and then I have a habit tracker. I used to have a separate insert for habit tracking in like a tracker section in my planner, but it got a little bit too overwhelming to have so many individual trackers. So I decided to just switch it into here and just keep everything a little bit more together, which has worked really well. Also, whenever a new month starts, I like to put a November or a monthly sticker there, as well as this hello sticker. Both of those are from Randi.plans. And this is the current week. It is Monday. I have not filled in a lot here, but that's pretty much it. For the rest of the year, I have added in the dates and everything. And yeah, we don't have a lot of weeks left. This is all we have left. Pretty crazy. Okay, on to my daily section. I always like to put my dashboards here, and I put a tab on them from Traveler's Company, and I do like to store these in my archive so that I could easily flip through them. These are my monthly dashboard freebies. You can get these on my Patreon. And here are my dailies. So typically how I use these is, again, these are from Peanuts Planner Co. I use this side for to-do list, this side for my schedule, and then down here sometimes I do a little micro journaling. I really love using these because they have such a long to-do list section. I've definitely become a person that needs a daily. I used to never use a daily, and I didn't understand why anyone would need a daily. I was like, that's way too much space. Who could ever need that? But after trying a lot of different weekly layouts and just always feeling like I was running out of space for my to-do lists, now I love a daily for that reason. It's not that I really need this schedule, but it's, I mean, first of all, for me, when my planner is the same, I get bored. So if I'm looking at a weekly for 7 days, I get so tired of it, and I want to get rid of it. I want to just not look at it. So for me, that really helps with the daily, because like a spread, I'm looking at this for max 2 days and then I have something new. So I think it's really nice that I can constantly have something new. That really helps me. And I also have room for a lot of to-dos. So most days I don't need like all of this space, but other days I have a lot. Like here, for example. I also sometimes like to add in photos, and these like quarter pages are from the Ghosting Pen, Lindsay Scribbles shop. Sometimes if there's a cute photo or something, like my dog, I bought him this ball and he's like obsessed with it, and he's like literally smiling in this. I think it's so cute. So, you know, then I like add that in, just because I really like the idea of flipping back on this and looking at all the photos and things. I hate November. Like here I had a lot of to-dos, although I did take up some space there, but yeah, this is today. It's really cold. I had a pink lady apple and have not done almost any of my to-dos today, so it's one of those days. For the rest of November, I've just dated it. These stickers are from Randi.plans as well. For December, this will be released at the end of this month, November. And then for December, I've also dated everything. I'm doing red stickers for December for obvious reasons. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. I also have already like put down these countdown stickers for New Year's. Yeah. Who else wants January to just start already? Am I the only one? Okay, next is my health section, and I'm not going to go really in depth here. I'm just going to show you a couple of things. First is my headache log. This is also a fold out from Peanuts Planner Co. Basically, I just put a sticker down whenever I have a headache of any kind, whether it's a tiny headache or a migraine, any kind of headache, because I just want to see throughout the year. And as you can see, I do have a lot of headaches. Like it's not good. yeah, that is why I do have my Hobonichi weeks that I use as a health log. If you saw my last video, I talked a little bit about that and how I wasn't really sure if I wanted to keep using the weeks as a health log, but I think I'm probably going to go back to it now because I've been using this insert, which by the way is a really good insert. It's from Peanuts Planner Co. as well. It's a fold out, and basically I've been doing some kind of like headache migraine tracking here. And then I have like a key and a mood tracker and a sleep tracker and notes for any of the days if I had a really bad migraine, like maybe I can write down possible triggers or something like that. And then I've done like a pain scale for the headaches. But this just feels like a lot to, it just feels like a lot to keep up with, you know? Because in the weeks, I just have all of this on the monthly and I don't have to flip back and forth. It's just easier. So I think I'm gonna keep using my weeks for this. This is just a little info about medication. I have an RX tracker. I have some inserts about headaches. These are also freebies on my Patreon. This is not my original artwork or anything. I found this on Google. If you also deal with headaches or migraines, maybe you would like to check this out. There's a pain scale here. And this is not on my Patreon, but this is just like info that I printed out about migraines. The rest of the inserts in here are related to weight tracking as well as doctor's appointments and health logging and things, so I'm not going to show you the rest of what's in here. We're also going to skip my dogs section because I haven't really looked through all of that, but I basically just have vet appointments, a pet care log, and insurance information. So the next section is lists, and I have a sticky note here with just some work goals that I had to come up with my manager. And then my PIN code for my phone is here. Then I have some packing lists. These are from Peanuts Planner Co. too. It's just the categorized list insert, and how I use it is basically I just write my packing list, and then up here I have locations there, but I write like the trip, so you can write like, let's say you're going to Mexico, probably for summer. Let's say you're going to Mexico, you write Mexico there, you have your summer packing list, you can check it off, and then maybe, I don't know, later in the year you're going to Paris or something, and then you can use the same list for several trips, which I really, really like. So yeah, I don't go on a lot of trips and they're all local typically, but it's really nice to have this so I don't have to constantly write new packing lists because it's just so annoying. I also have a separate one for my dog. The one for my dog I use for both winter and summer trips, so I just made a new one because I ran out of, or I'd already filled up a whole one of these. I have a wish list in here, online order tracker. I've already also filled out one of these, so I just added a new one. Things that I want to add to my planner. Movies and TV shows I've watched this year. This is my second insert of that. Things I've been loving. I really like this insert. This one I made myself. It looks like it's from Peanuts Planner Co., but it's not. Actually, there are several inserts in here that looks like it's from Peanuts Planner Co., but if you try to find them, you're not going to be able to find them because I used her insert as a template and just changed the title. And you are allowed to do that for personal use, so obviously I cannot share these or anything. If you wanted to do that, you would have to do it yourself. Yeah. But anyway, I love writing things like this down because throughout the year, you know, I discover new things, or there's, you know, something that I really currently love or whatever. I like to write it down so then I can look back at it later and maybe I can rediscover something that I forgot about that I used to really like that I forgot about. So I really like this. I have a little home workout routine. I have Patreon ideas. This is an apartment shopping list that I put together when I moved into this apartment in March. Still some things here that I haven't bought. I don't know if I'm going to either, but yeah, still have it. I have a list of stickers to buy. I have gratitude. This is inserts that I have printed. So I have a little binder with inserts that are ready to use, but sometimes I forget that I've already printed things and then I print them again. So I have this list just so I can make sure that I don't print things again. This is I don't know what this insert is called, but I had big plans for this. So I have a storage unit in my building, and I was going to write down here everything I have in my storage unit because I just feel like it's so easy to forget what's in there. But I have not filled this out. It takes a lot of energy for me to do that for some reason. So still have not filled this out. I have a miscellaneous section. This is really miscellaneous. I have my no spend tracker, which isn't really a no spend. It is the no spend insert from Sleepy Notes Club, but I'm really just using it as a like spending log. So I put a check mark if I didn't spend any extra. So basically if I spent money on groceries or bills or whatever, I can put a check mark. If I spent money on something that isn't like the bare minimum essentials, then I put a sticker and then I write what it was or the store. So here I went to a pet store and I bought food for my dog. So that could be considered essential because I have to buy that anyway. But I don't know. Also trying to not spend any more until Black Friday. This is the 365-day checkoff sheet from Hobonichi, which you can find on the Hobonichi website. You have to kind of search and Google for it because I think it's pretty old. Like the article with this in it from Hobonichi is pretty old, but you can find it. I think this is the week's one, and I just formatted it to fit in personal. Again, I love filling out and tracking like the days as they go by. So the way I use this one is I just use a new color every week. That way it's really easy for me to keep track of what circle I'm supposed to fill in, because obviously I don't know if it's day 321 or whatever. That reminds me, I actually need to fill out day 321. What color do I want this week? Maybe this light blue. Yeah, so basically tomorrow, it's Tuesday. I can look at this and see, okay, I only filled out one, so that means this is the one I need to fill out. Because sometimes maybe I forget to fill it out, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, what am I supposed to fill out? But I just have to count that it's, you know, yeah, it's 7 for each color. It's just easy. It's easier than trying to fill out, remembering what number day it is. But yeah, I liked filling this out. This is the planner system log from Lindsay Scribble's Patreon. As you can see, I have been in rings since June 20th. I was in a bullet journal from January 19th until February 15th. Then I was in rings until May 3rd, yeah. Then I was in the Erin Condren Life Planner until June 19th. And then since then I've been in the rings. So yeah, I really like seeing that overview. I have a content planner with some ideas, some favorite songs of the year. Then we have my planner bingo. This is also freebie. This is obviously inspired by Lindsay Scribbles. I did add a couple more rows, so I added a couple extra things on here, but yeah, I have actually done a lot of these. This insert made it to December. I already put the sticker down, even though it's not December, because I know that I am not switching planners at this point, so this will make it to December. It's like in 2 weeks. Then I have the Peanuts Planner Co. insert checklist, and I also have a reference. So if you're wondering, I guess you can pause the video and zoom in, but this tells me what number each insert is. So if somebody asks me like, what's that insert? I can find it. Oh, what was it? Oh, it's the project planner one. Okay, that's 051. Or the movie log 049, you know? Yeah, I really like that I did that, because just looking at this is not going to tell me anything other than when I'm shopping for inserts, I can just double check that I don't already have it. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Then I have my planner collection. A lot of these I've sold, as you can see, but Yeah, and then my pen collection, my fountain pen collection. Then we just have notes, currently using some pink Filofax paper. Wrote down my 2026 lineup. Back here I have one of these folders or pockets, whatever. I have even more stickers, a bunch of icon stickers from Randi.plans. Can you tell I love Randi.plans? Like, she just has the best stickers. And then back here, oh, and then I have a page lifter, and then back here I have even more stickers, dot stickers. I have these tiny icon ones. And back here I have some of those quarter pages for photos. And the pen that I use in here is, it's actually, this is a Muji 0.38 or 0.3 knock type pen, but the refill is actually the Uni 1 0.38, which is my favorite. Yeah, oh my goodness, that was a long video. Okay, so that is it for my planner flip through video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!